Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. I hope everyone is doing very good today. I hope you've been working really hard and I hope you're excited for the marathon that's happening tomorrow. And before that, we're going to have this class where we're going to be discussing the basics of critical reasoning. This is a series that's going on our YouTube channel. This should be the 7th class in this series. We've had 6 classes already where we've discussed various topics under the basics of critical reasoning, like assumptions, conclusions, strengthening and weakening the argument. Today, we're going to be doing yet another topic, and that is going to be strong and weak arguments. So, एक बार जल्दी से good evening everyone. Confirm कर दो that you can hear and see me very clearly. Good evening everyone. So let's have a look at the agenda of the session today. Everyone who's joining me for the first time, let me tell you that we are in the midst of a series, the basics of critical reasoning, where we attempt at understanding the very basics of how to solve CR effectively. We've done various topics, almost 7-8 topics. This is going to be strong and weak arguments today. How frequently do we see them? How do we solve them? Which examination asks us such questions? We'll be discussing all of that in the session today. The idea is to understand the basics and get better with the questions. So we will first understand the basic fundamental of how to approach a strong and weak argument question. And then we'll attempt some questions. Good evening. We'll attempt some questions through which we'll try to understand उनका approach क्या होता है question को solve करने का. ठीक है? तो स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैराथन है कल 11 AM स्टार्टिंग है. Be free tomorrow, 7 hours with us. And one thing I can guarantee you, after those 7 hours, you'll find yourself extremely exhausted. That is something I guarantee you. The second thing I guarantee you is that exhaustion will bring in a sure shot increment in your scores if you attend the session carefully. So do not miss out on it. Attend करना है कल morning 11 AM से. English का session होगा 3 to 4, 1 hour for English. ठीक है? So see me live at 3. So अब बात करते हैं strong and weak arguments की. Which examinations ask us strong and weak arguments? Strong and weak arguments usually they last कुछ सालों में जब से CLAT बहुत predominantly reading based examination हो गया है, we haven't seen in the last 2-3 years strong and weak argument questions, but AILET, loads of it, loads of such questions. Two, once we understand the basics of strong and weak arguments, आपके लिए एक critical reasoning paragraph को approach करना भी बहुत simple हो जाएगा. आपको ये समझ में आएगा कि आपको critical reasoning paragraph को approach कैसे करना है. Because बहुत बार हम क्या करते हैं, when we solve strengthening the argument, weakening the argument questions, for example, which of the following options strengthens the argument? ऐसा question आता है CLAT में. तो उसमें अगर आपके पास 4 options है, everyone listen to me very carefully, ठीक है? Which of the following strengthens the argument? आपके पास 4 options हैं. 4 में से आपको लग रहा है A, B दोनों ही strengthen कर रहे हैं. इन दोनों में से you will have to choose an argument that's stronger than the other. ओके सो इसको चूज करने के लिए कौन सा आर्ग्यूमेंट स्ट्रॉन्ग है और कौन सा वीक, ये आइडेंटिफिकेशन आपको आना चाहिए, which is what we're going to be doing in the class today. So we'll try to analyze which argument is strong, which argument is not strongly put. तो अगर आप डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस देखते हैं स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड वीक आर्ग्यूमेंट्स के, वो कैसे आते हैं एग्जाम में, पहले क्वेश्चन समझो, ठीक है, एंड देन विल अंडरस्टैंड the approach. Okay, the type of questions are, you will be given one statement, you can call it a premise, you can call it an argument in the, not an argument, a premise, some data in the question, and usually the data given to you in the question, the premise given to you in the question will be a debatable topic. Okay, and you will be given 2 options, 2 arguments. Argument number 1 and argument number 2. Both the arguments can be in support of the debatable topic. Both the arguments can be opposing to the debatable topic. One could be supporting, one could be opposing to the debatable topic. Example लेते हैं, जैसे Thank you, my video team. You're very attentive. I was trying to ignore the conversation going on in the chat. You should also try to ignore that. ठीक है? तो ठीक है. हाँ, so जैसे debatable topic देखते हैं. For example, should AILET be also taking admissions through CLAT? Debatable topic है, right? Some people would say AILET is a very good examination, उसको scrape off नहीं करना चाहिए. No, it should not take admission through CLAT. Then some students would say, oh, come on, you're just another NLU like other NLUs. If NLS takes admission through CLAT, NLU Delhi should also take admission through CLAT. Okay, so it's a debatable topic. दूसरा डिबेटेबल टॉपिक मणिपुर वायलेंस को कैसे हैंडल करना चाहिए, रिजर्वेशन होना चाहिए नहीं होना चाहिए, क्या टेक्नोलॉजी अच्छा है, इट्स अ बून और अ बेन. ऑल ऑफ दीज आर डिबेटेबल टॉपिक्स, राइट? सो आपको ऐसा ही एक डिबेटेबल टॉपिक दिया जाएगा एग्जामिनेशन में. ओके, एंड you'll be given two arguments. You are supposed to analyze the arguments. And analysis में करना क्या है? You're supposed to identify out of the two arguments given to you, how many are strong. So both could be strong, both could be weak. One of them could be strong, the other could be weak. Individually, you will have to analyze each argument. So, for example, if you have a debatable topic like technology, internet is a boon or a bane. So one person would say, yes, internet is a boon because internet helps students study better. For example, I'm in Bengaluru, you are in Delhi. If you want to study from me, it's internet that's making it possible. Nahi to I wouldn't come to Delhi, you wouldn't come to Bengaluru, and you wouldn't be able to study what I'm teaching. So internet is making it possible to study from anywhere across the world, from whomever you want to study. So एक person ने argument दिया support में, yes, it's a boon. The other person says, no, it's not a boon because students get distracted. They venture into things that are going to be distractions in their preparation strategy. Okay? अब आपको क्या करना है? You have to analyze individually each argument. A, yes, it's a boon. No, it's not a boon. Individually analyze करना है. Did you understand the type of question, everyone? Yeah. तो इसको अब एनालाइज करके कौन सा स्ट्रॉन्ग है कौन सा वीक उसको अप्रोच करना है. So there are a few guidelines that you have to keep in your mind while you solve strong and weak argument. Questions. एक बार मुझे thumbs up send कर दो everyone so that I know everyone has understood the type of question that comes. And then I'm going to give you thumbs up. दे दो जल्दी जल्दी से, like button hit कर दोगे तो I will consider that to be a thumbs up. ठीक है. अच्छा, ऐसा करते हैं, एक वार्म अप क्वेश्चन करते हैं. ठीक है. यू अप्लाई योर ओन लॉजिक टू द क्वेश्चन, सॉल्व इट विथ योर ओन कॉन्शियस एंड कॉमन सेंस एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग. उसको सॉल्व करो और फिर हम उस पर लॉजिक अप्लाई करके देखेंगे कि was your answer right, wrong, and why was it right or wrong. Okay. Okay, so I assume everyone has understood that. So before you understand the theory that I've written here, ये क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है. चैट में आंसर करो. Only one is strong, only two is strong, both are strong, both are weak. Answer that in the chat. Let me see. Okay, Akansha says only one is strong. Gauri says second is strong. Other people, what should your answer be? How many of these arguments are strong? Answer that in the chat box. It's a warm-up exercise. I haven't taught anything yet if you've just now joined the class. Warm-up exercise, एक question solve करो, then we will learn the logic behind or the approach to these questions. या क्या दो लोग आंसर कर रहे हैं? एग्जाम ब्लैंक छोड़ क्या हो गया ऐसे क्वेश्चंस? बहुत स्कोरिंग है ये क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है? तो we have a debatable topic that is a total ban on trapping wild animals. Okay. Option A says yes, trappers are making a lot of money. Option B says no, bans on hunting and trapping are not effective. According to me and according to the official answer key, this is a CLAT 2009 question. And I would agree with the answer key. The answer is neither is strong. दोनों ही argument weak हैं. Now understand, now that I have your attention, understand what your approach to solving these questions would be. First thing is you have to remember and consider yourself as a judge. आप lawyer बन चुके हैं, फिर आप judge बन चुके हैं, और as a judge आपके पास ये केस आता है और दो लॉयर हैं, लॉयर 1 एंड लॉयर 2, जो आपके सामने आर्ग्यू कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? हाइपोथेटिकली इमेजिन करते हैं उसको, ठीक है? Now there are two lawyers arguing in front of you. You are the judge. You have to keep yourself in the position of the judge and see if, as a judge, like any judge in the world, a logical judge who hasn't gone senile, a logical judge, would he pay heed to lawyer 1 if he gives me this argument? Now, look at it this way. If lawyer 1 tells me that, yes, my lord, there should be a total ban on trapping wild animals because trappers are making a lot of money, judge would say, so what? If you come and tell me politicians are making a lot of money, should I ban politicians and politics? If you come and tell me Ambani is making a lot of money, should I ban Ambani? If I say people selling jewelry are making a lot of money, should I ban them? The reason given in the argument, is that a sufficient reason to put a total ban? Would the judge listen to argument number 1? He would not. And that is how you would approach this question. So you are going to put yourself in the shoes of the judge and see if the judge will think, okay, that's a valid point. I can buy your point. I can think about it. I'll note it down before I give my judgment. Hi students, hi everyone else. Or else, if there's an argument that is ineffective, the judge might throw me out as well. तो इस चीज को माइंड में रखते हुए सेकंड आर्ग्यूमेंट को एनालाइज करेंगे, इसको पेंडिंग रखते हैं एक बार. Let's go back and learn some rules on the basis of which we find the correct answer to strong and weak argument questions. तो सबसे पहला, eliminate every option, mark every option as weak that are personal opinions. If as a lawyer you go to the court and give across a personal opinion, do you think the judge will listen to you? He would throw you out. He would say, the court functions on logic. It doesn't function on what you believe in. For example, homophobia. If there are cases going on in the court on the LGBTQ community and their rights, and a person comes and says to the court that, sir, this entire communities and their legal rights should be banned because I believe that there is nothing called L or G or B or T or Q. There is no queer community. It's a psychological disorder. ये आपका belief है. Judge बोलेगा, just be out of my court. You don't have logic. You have to substantiate your arguments with reasoning. If you say, I think there is nothing called being a lesbian or a gay or a bisexual or a transgender or a queer community, you think that, the judge does not, he would throw you out. So the first option that should be eliminated are going to be personal opinions. Understood everyone? Personal opinions, weakest of all the options. On the contrary, उसी argument को अगर आपको strong बनाना है ना, तो एक ऐसा ऑप्शन जो ओपिनियन तो दे रहा है बट उसको वो लॉजिक या रीजनिंग या डेटा या लॉ के साथ सब्सटैंशिएट कर रहा है, द जज विल लिसन टू यू. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, if somebody comes to the court and says the LGBTQ community's rights should be revoked and they shouldn't be legalized because we have these many studies. I'm just making up an option. ठीक है, so don't मैं disclaimer दे रही हूँ, don't hold me responsible for it. I'm just making up an option. If somebody comes to the court and says, sir, we have reports where the LGBTQ community and what their sexual integration and alignment is it is proven by science and by doctors, that is why they should be given their rights. Will the judge listen to me? Yes, because I have substantiated my opinion with theory, with reasoning, with data, with legal practices. So the moment I substantiate my argument with something concrete that the judge would pay heed to, it becomes a strong argument. Okay? So everyone, personal opinions, weak argument. Point number one. Let's go to pointer number two. Any argument that compares is the weakest of all. That's my favorite example. I'm going to repeat that time and again and here as well. Sharma ji ka beta scores 99%. Should you also score 99%? You probably not. Sharma ji ka beta, your argument is just a comparative one. So if something of this sort happens in your household when you are being compared to the Sharma ji ka beta, you can just say this argument is weak because you are comparing me and it is not going to be a strong argument. क्योंकि यूएसए ऐसा कर रहा है, मुझे भी ऐसा करना चाहिए. क्योंकि चाइना में इलीगल है एलजीबीटीक्यू के राइट्स, तो हमको भी इलीगल करने चाहिए. Weak argument, completely weak argument. Yeah, India should legalize LGBTQ rights and their the entire community because USA has legalized it. Why? The judge will say, if USA does it, should you also do it? If USA throws an atom bomb, should you also do it? Illegal or maybe not valid. Weak argument. So any argument that compares is a weak argument. Understood, everyone? Say yes or no. Jaldi jaldi से एक बार chat box में. I've been telling you jokes. You've been bluntly listening to me. मुझे ये भी नहीं समझ आ रहा कि आपको मेरा जोक समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है. I feel like a dumb right now. अच्छा हंसो मत, एक बार ये तो बता दो समझ में आ रहा है क्या? You're able to understand it, right? चलो cool. आगे बढ़ते हैं. ठीक है? Any option that is an irrelevant argument. Irrelevant कैसे होता है argument? ये देखते हैं. चलो. Bans on hunting and trapping are not effective. अभी तक कोई बैन अगर ineffective था, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि आगे भी ineffective होंगे. Irrelevant does not even relate to the existing ban. If in my country till now we've been not able to do something, does that mean we'll not be able to do it in the future as well? Weak argument. If someone comes and tell me, oh, you cannot be a success because you've always been a failure, I would say, weak argument. My past does not determine my future. So what has been happening across the world, it has to relate to the existing argument. गवर्नमेंट की अभी तक की सारी पॉलिसी बेकार है, तो ये वाली पॉलिसी भी बेकार होगी, आपको पॉलिसीज लॉन्च नहीं करनी चाहिए. It doesn't even relate to the existing argument. These are personal opinions. These don't even relate to the argument. है ना? Exactly, Gauri. ठीक है? So, weak argument. इसीलिए अब आया समझ में second argument क्यों weak है सबको? If the past bans on hunting have been ineffective, does not mean the existing ban or the future bans will also be ineffective. Understood, everyone? Why is the second argument weak? Yeah. So, any argument that is irrelevant, that does not even relate to your question, जो थोड़ा आउट ऑफ स्कोप हो जाता है कि बात ही नहीं कर रहा है, मैं बात कर रहा हूँ किसी और चीज की, तुम आर्ग्यूमेंट किसी और चीज की दे रहे हो. जज बोलेगा आउट ऑफ द कोर्ट, यू नॉट इवन प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर द केस. Irrelevant arguments eliminated. And the last pointer, too strong or too weak argument. Usually we call them extreme arguments. What are extreme arguments? Ban kar do, band kar do. What should be done with the industries that are creating pollution? Ban them, shut them, abolish them. These are two extreme opinions. Extreme opinions, क्योंकि कभी भी नहीं हुआ, आज भी नहीं हो सकता है. Absolutely weak arguments. Okay, so too strong or too weak are obviously incorrect. They don't even assess the magnitude of the problem. The argument has to be aligning to the magnitude of the problem. It should not be too strong or too weak. Now, keeping that in mind, exactly. Garima, employee made a little mistake, fire them. क्यों भाई? ठीक है? So now keeping this in mind, I hope this question is clear to everyone. I'm going to make you solve a couple of more questions, rather 4 more questions. All of them are previous year CLAT paper questions, 2009-2010 questions हैं. Solve करते हैं उनको, ठीक है? वही logic apply करो. Keep yourself in the shoes of a judge and see if the judge would pay heed to the arguments or not. Here you go. All the best. बहुत ध्यान से करना. It's a tricky question. It's a tricky question. Please understand the arguments. Okay, so the correct answer is both are strong. Now let me explain the arguments, because a lot of people don't even understand what the arguments are saying. The debatable topic is कि incentives की बात चल रही है, debate चल रहा है in the court, and the judge has to pass a law, the judge has to pass a judgment if the government jobs in rural areas should have more incentives. Okay, option 1 says incentives are essential for attracting government servants there. There is something in the arguments called desirability. What is desirability? Understand that this is another way of approaching these questions. If an argument gives us a point that is desired by maximum number of people, it will be a strong argument. Like, should pollution be controlled? Yes, it will reduce the number of cancer cases. Is reduction in the number of cancer cases desirable by most? Absolutely yes, it will be a strong argument. Anything that works in the benefit of the society, strong argument. Reduction in diseases, improvement in income, reduction in poverty, better education system. These things are desirable, and desirable arguments are strong arguments. So, is attracting government servants to rural areas desirable? Yes, it is. Will incentives make that happen? Yes, it would. So, the judge certainly would pay heed to it. Okay, we need more people in rural areas. People refrain from going to rural areas. Giving them incentive can make that happen. I can think about giving people incentives so that they are attracted towards working in rural areas. Thus, one is strong. Second, samajhte hain. It says no, incentive should not be given because rural areas already are cheaper. Will the judge think? He would. He would say, oh yes, this is an incentive in itself. सस्ते हैं रूरल एरियाज, तो अगर 50,000 रुपीज मैं एक अर्बन एरिया में दे रही हूँ और वही 50,000 रूरल में दे रही हूँ, रूरल में वो 50,000 शायद टोटल सेव हो जाएंगे और अर्बन में वो पूरे 50 एक्सपेंस हो जाएंगे बिकॉज रूरल एरियाज चीपर हैं. इंसेंटिव नंबर 1. हेल्दियर है, इंसेंटिव नंबर 2. लेस कॉम्प्लेक्स है, इंसेंटिव नंबर 3. Why to give extra incentive that is monetary? Will the judge think about the non-monetary incentives given? He would, right? Are you convinced why the second is strong argument? You might think this is an opinion. It is not. It is backed up. Remember, opinions when backed up with data become a strong argument. These are three different types of incentives beyond monetary incentive, and thus the second is a strong argument. Convinced everyone? Yeah? All right. Now let's come to the next question. Here we go. Should luxury hotels be banned in India? ये easy question है, ये सबका सही होगा. Should luxury hotels be banned in India? Yes, they are places from where international criminals operate. No affluent foreign tourists. Affluent means rich. Affluent foreign tourists will have no place to stay. Remember, you're a judge. Okay? 2. The correct answer is neither is strong. 2 is also weak argument. Let's understand why is that weak. How many of you thought 2 is weak? By the way, a lot of you sent me 2 is strong. No, 2 is weak. रिच फॉरेन टूरिस्ट को रहने की जगह ही नहीं मिलेगी सर. कैसे जगह नहीं मिलेगी? होटल थोड़ी बैन कर रहे हैं, लग्जरी वाले बैन कर रहे हैं. होटल्स तो है. अगर कुछ ऐसा हो रहा है लग्जरी होटल में, they can come and stay at normal hotels. Who says rich people stay only in luxurious hotels? I don't. See, going on in the court, if banning luxurious hotels is necessary or not. If I say, सर देखो ये अमीर लोग कहाँ जाके रहेंगे, इन अमीर लोगों को भी तो रहने की जगह चाहिए ना, आप लग्जरी होटल बैन कर दोगे तो कहाँ रहेंगे वो? जज बोलेगा नॉर्मल होटल में रहेंगे, रहने की जगह बंद नहीं कर रहे हम, सारे होटल बैन नहीं कर रहे हम. ओके, इट डजंट मीन दैट इफ यू आर रिच यू हैव टू स्टे. मैम डू आप में से एक को बताना? नहीं गरिमा. ओके गरिमा, गुड क्वेश्चन. नेवर कंपेयर बोथ द आर्ग्यूमेंट्स. सबको इंडिविजुअली देखो. कंपेयर करोगे ना तो एक दूसरे को कट कर देंगे दोनों. यू कैन नॉट चूज वन. कंपेयर नहीं करना. अकेले सबसे पहले रीड वन इंडिविजुअली एंड सी इफ द जज विल पे हीड टू इट. जज दोनों लॉयर के आर्ग्यूमेंट सुनता है कि नहीं, बाद में वर्डिक्ट देता है. आपको वर्डिक्ट नहीं देना है, आपको ये चेक करके बताना है कि लॉयर 1 ने क्या फोर्सफुल आर्ग्यूमेंट दिया है कि नहीं. यस दिया है. लॉयर 2 ने फोर्सफुल आर्ग्यूमेंट दिया है कि नहीं. यस दिया है. तो दोनों भी स्ट्रांग हो सकते हैं, दोनों भी वीक हो सकते हैं. You as a judge just have to check the strength of the arguments, not the verdict. Okay? So, here, 1, international criminal अगर ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं तो इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल को रोकोगे या लग्जरी होटल को ही बैन कर दोगे? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बहुत सारी इलीगल एक्टिविटीज अगर किसी एरिया में हो रही है, किसी होटल में हो रही, तो वो होटल को बैन नहीं करोगे, इलीगल एक्टिविटी रोकोगे ना. डूड, the judge will say, what is the kind of argument you're giving me? The police has to work on controlling the illegal activities. I can't ban hotels because of it. Neither I can stop luxury hotels from being banned because rich people wouldn't have places to stay in. Thus, both the arguments are going to be weak arguments. Convinced everyone? Send me a thumbs up very quickly. Remember, you're a judge. All right? So on that note, I hope you've been able to apply some logic to the questions that I brought for you. Let's do one last question very, very quickly, and that is this. Should political parties be banned? Judge सोच रहा अच्छा. Argument number 1 क्या है? Politician को lesson सिखाना जरूरी है सर, बैन कर दो political party. और दूसरा लॉयर कह रहा है नहीं नहीं सर, अगर बैन कर दोगे पॉलिटिकल पार्टी तो डेमोक्रेसी खत्म हो जाएगी. स्ट्रांग, वीक? सेकंड इज स्ट्रांग. सेकंड इज स्ट्रांग. ओके, Achha, guys, I have 20 people watching me live. I have barely 9 likes. There's a lot of effort that goes behind bringing these free classes for you. Make sure this is my Guru Dakshina that I deserve. Make sure you hit the like button. Okay? And remember, we have our marathon tomorrow. I'm going to take this opportunity since I have 20 people watching me live. 11 a.m., 7 hours. Keep yourself free. I guarantee you two things. You'll be extremely exhausted and extremely knowledgeable after the session. चलो एक लेसन सिखाते हैं सर पॉलिटिशियंस को बैन कर देते हैं पॉलिटिकल पार्टी जज बोलेगा बाहर जाओ मेरे कोर्ट के it's a personal opinion. Absolutely. He'll say, why do we need to teach them a lesson? And to teach a lesson, do we have to ban the parties? Completely a personal opinion. This is a very, very, very weak argument. Now, is democracy desirable? Yes. Desirable arguments are very strong arguments. And the moment we ban political parties, we don't have a democracy. We probably have an autocracy or any other form of dictatorial form of government, but certainly not democracy. So, desirability ke against jayega. This becomes a very strong argument. 2 is my slot, Namra, 3 to 4. Okay? 3 to 4 is the slot for English. So, second is a strong argument. First is weak. And on that note, my slot tomorrow is at 3 to 4. I am in my video team has done a brilliant job making these posters. I can't even believe. I look like a celebrity, है ना? तो कल सुबह 11 बजे start करेंगे. I think Abhimanyu sir का first session है. But make sure you don't miss my session 3 p.m. I have RCs for you. Very important questions. बहुत सारे practice करेंगे. Have a very, very good day. But we also have a sorry, my bad. Yeah, we have launched our new batch for 2024 aspirants, CLAT 2024 aspirants. This is the number of our counselors. Please call them on our number and know more about the offerings that we have. We also have a 3-day free trial going on. So you could enroll yourself for free for 3 days, watch the classes, and then convert yourself into a student enrolled into our batches. So call our counselors, know more about the program that we have. Make sure you do not leave the session without hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel if you still have not done that. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram. The link of all of these social media handles are there in the description box, and download the app on Google Play as well. I shall see you tomorrow, everyone. Have a very good day. I have a class at 7. If you come to my batches, make sure you be on time. Thank you, Namra, for promoting that. So, see you at 3 tomorrow. Have a very good day, good evening. God bless you.